back to the channel. Okay, I'm down in Los Cristianos at the moment. I'm starting my vlog. I actually came in here to do some B-roll for my channel, and look, it's not the warmest day, but I have to say I got the warmest reception ever from the people here who work here. Let me spin you, let you have a little look. This is Roca Beach Club down in Los Cristianos. Absolutely, it's just a cracking little spot. I mean, the view is fabulous. Ignore the boats, they come in and out of Los Cristianos all day. If you holiday in Tenerife, and if it's your first time in Tenerife and you're looking for a nice little beach club, if you're staying in any of these, you've got the Roca Blanca here on your left hand side, the Costa Mar is just up on the left hand side, you have the H10 Big Sur just up on the right, and this is surrounded by beautiful restaurants. Now, they also have a restaurant here in the beach club itself, and as you can see, Roca Blanca Beach Club Tenerife. Beautiful comfy beds, nice little pool, very nice. I love these twin beds. Great restaurant. Have a little look. Bar setting is fantastic. Love this. This is just so cool. So you want to spend a nice day. Don't take today as one of those days because the weather is a little bit iffy today. But there's your little Insta moment, sitting on the swing. So if you're looking for somewhere, as I said, this is a good place to start. If your holiday's just started and the weather picks up, have a little go. Good restaurant, they've shisha pipes, you name it. Now, I'm sure at a certain age group, mine is not included in that because I'm a little bit too old for it, but staff were absolutely fantastic. I was actually just taking some B-roll shots for vlogs and they invited me in to have a look around. So there you go, nice little start to a vlog. As I said, Costa Mar up above, you've got the Roca Blanca there, and you're surrounded by some really nice little restaurants up along here. Majority of which I've eaten in. In fact, I was in one of them up here last night, La Tosca 7. You've heard me talk about it before because it is absolutely one of my favorite restaurants. Now, for those of you new to the channel, welcome for a start, and I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. This year I have got plans to sort of up the ante a bit on the channel with regards to destinations and things like that, so keep watching. There's a lot going to be developing in the next couple of months. I'm waiting on one little piece of information to come back, and then yeah, hopefully I'll be a little bit more diverse in what I do. But at the moment, as I said, if you're new to the channel, I do Europe to a small extent, Ireland and Tenerife, but that hopefully was going to change shortly. But welcome to the new subscribers. I do mainly food and travel vlogs. The odd time, depending on where I am, if there's a little bit of, I don't know, other news or controversial news, I would cover that, but not always. Generally, it's fairly light-hearted, fairly easygoing. And as I've said, I'm not a food critic, but I do love my food. Now, La Tosca 7, cracking little spot. Leah's there, the owner. We had a really good night there last night. I had a sea bass, my favourite. Now, I have to say, it was the guy who served it to me was a little bit, apparently he hadn't done it before. He never opened one of those before. And there's an art in opening a salted sea bass. You know the way they bake it in salt? There's an art to opening it. Okay, there was a few crunchy bits of salt in it, but I won't hold it against them because it is one of my favourite restaurants. Food was good. Ribs were extremely good. David, a friend I was with last night, thought they were absolutely fantastic. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the meal. Great company, good laugh. And that's what it's about. Good food with good people. So, this is my last day. I've been here for the last 5 days in Tenerife. I go home tomorrow, so I'm on a sort of midday flight. Well, it's not midday. I'm on the road for midday, should I say. And let's tell you, Alice, again, great little spot. If you're looking for cheap tapas, this is a good little spot. Food is always good. I've eaten here several times. And it's not one, if you are in a hurry, don't. But if you're not in a hurry, absolutely, nothing wrong with it. It's a great restaurant, but it's very much a Spanish style restaurant. So it's very, very slow. Some days you're lucky, some days you're not. But it's a great spot. You can sit and watch the world go by. Little crazy golf if you got kids with you, and throw them in there. And then you sit and wait, because sometimes you might have to. H10 Big Sur, stayed in it several times. Have to recommend it, highly recommend it every time. It's gone a bit expensive recently, but I think it's worth it for the location and the quality that you get. It's definitely worth it, there's no question about it. Well, the boys are setting up for their petanque tournament, I think, today. Let's see. Yep. Oh, excellent. I'll have a look at that later on. So, Paddy's week, yeah, eventful. It was good. Will I do it again? Not sure. I think Paddy's Day may well have been done to death in Tenerife. This is my second time doing Paddy's Day in Tenerife, and I have to say, great fun. I mean, great crack. Met up with a lot of good people. Actually made quite a few new friends. It's the only thing about traveling, I suppose, on your own. And when I do my vlogs, I probably, maybe once, twice a year, I will travel on my own. My partner stays at home. Work commitments at the moment, so she couldn't make it this time around. But it's, I find it actually quite good. For me, that's a big thing to say, oh, I like traveling on my own, because I don't normally like going to the shops on my own. But I've developed over the years to the point where I actually quite enjoy it now. But yeah, I think maybe next year might be time for a different destination. But first time I did Tenerife at Paddy's Week, it was good crack. I have to say, it was really enjoyable, and so was this journey. This trip was the same, but there was a different, I don't know, there was a slightly different vibe this time around. A few new bars in the offing in Tenerife, and some of the regular bars have kind of changed what they do, changed the way they work things. Shamrock, this place was hopping for Paddy's Day, and it's a good little spot. Good music, food's reasonably good, reasonably priced. They have a little fish and chip shop they just opened up, and yeah, definitely worth a look. And then there's the old reliable, of course, can't mention Tenerife without Tenerife First Excursions. How you doing? If you need anything when you're here, so if you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me go on about these people, this is going to be definitely will be the last time you'll hear me, because if there's a trip to be booked, this is the only place I use. Okay, everything from jet skis, actually quads are fantastic. They have their own Tenerife First quads. Here we go, found it. Now, I've done all of these. The forest I loved, absolutely fantastic. If you do it, and you decide to do it, don't wear white, okay? It's a little bit messy. But Daniel and the boys here, Sarah, sorry, Mark, there you go. Mark.
I'm also Daniel.
And you're also, I know you're Daniel, so I don't know why I remember it's you, and I don't know why I don't remember you, because I talk to you all the time when I'm in here. Okay, the lads, they look after you, okay? Absolutely fantastic. They also own Chillbox, which I'm sure if you haven't seen the TikTok phenomenon that it is, you'll find it. There's one on the Golden Mile, just at the back of the Golden Mile, and then there's another one up in Costa Decky. So, yeah, if it's your first time to Tenerife, they're the boys. Boat trips, you name it, they cover the lot. And I've used them for years and never ever been disappointed with what they do. So, Kinsela's Bar. I was actually in there last night with a few beers with a few friends, and yeah, it was a good laugh. And tonight's destination, Tandoori Hut, Indian restaurant I've never been to. Okay, I'm gonna go up, let me think. Now we'll carry on this way. I normally go to the Star of Bengal, which is up there on the right hand side when I'm down this end. Food's absolutely fantastic, but Tandoori Hut tonight. So let's have a little compare and contrast and see what it's like. There's a lot of great restaurants on the island, and thankfully I haven't eaten in them all yet, but I'm slowly but surely working my way through. Now, sun is starting to peep out. It's 10 to 11. Now I have to say, this morning it was a little bit cool this morning when I came out. I was contemplating going back inside and getting a jacket, to be honest with you, because it was a little bit chilly. Yeah, as I say, it seems to have picked up now. I'm beginning to feel a bit of heat in my bones. The weather, actually the weather the last two trips I've been here hasn't been great. This time I'd say 50-50, and Christmas time there was a few dodgy days at Christmas, all right, so we'll again, climate change, don't know, but it's still Tenerife and it's still beautiful. No matter what the weather is, you can still enjoy yourself. Yeah, the beach is people are starting to come out now because the sun has just about peeked its head out. Now, speaking of boat trips, that's one of my favourite boat trips. If you are, as I said, if you're new to the channel, and I've quite a few new subscribers in the last couple of months, so that little red boat over in the distance, you can't miss a little tiny little boat. Travelling Lady is definitely one of the best trips you'll do. You can book it in several ways. I find the best way personally, and it's the only trip that I recommend outside of Tenerife First Excursions and Daniel, and that is with Angie. She's in the little hut over on the corner as you go up to the very end of Los Cris. You'll see her there. Okay, and then there's the Viking trip. Never done it, but it does look like it's a bit of fun, especially if you've got kids, because the guy's going to character on the boat and it looks like a bit of fun. Okay, Los Cristianos beach, one of the nicest beaches, I think. It's not black sand, as you can see. This is Saharan sand, they shipped in especially for it. So as you can see, once the sun comes out, that's what we were looking at earlier on, and then I'd say this is what we're being treated to for the rest of the day, hopefully. So I'm going to keep walking in that direction, keep the sun on my face, so at least you can see blue skies all the way. So that's it for now. Okay, if you like what you see, hit the like, subscribe, bell for notification, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care now. So long.